Today's star, Shreya, she has joined the NCC from her 8th standard, and also she was awarded as the best cadet of the year in on 20th January 2020, and received the gold medal from our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi. So I welcome both of Mr. Chandrababu and Shreya to the show. So Shreya, I know you are such an confident, determined student who was really focused on your achievements. So I have a question, Shreya, that from where you get this inspiration?
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Flight Cadet Shriya Sajeev, and I got this inspiration from my senior, Madhunisha JY. She got the All India Best Cadet Gold in the year 2018. Before I joined NCC, I did not know about NCC at all, and she was the one who inspired me to join NCC and achieve great heights.
Okay, Shreya, thank you so much. Okay, congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Over to you, sir.
Yes,
Chandrababu,
ma'am.
sir, you can
Yes, ma'am.
continue with the
Yes,
questions.
thank you, ma'am. As you said, I agree with your point. What you after coming joining NCC, you come to know about NCC all. And I also have one small questions like what advantages you got it by being there in the part of NCC Air Wing in SSBM school. What is the advantage you had it?
Uh, so I had very good experience there, sir, in camps because school was very much responsible in me achieving this great height. And the main reason I wanted is to explore what is in NCC, which was already completely shown by our school with all the achievements. I had my best experience even in camps. So uh, it is always interesting to learn new things which was shared with me by the school. So school encouraged me a lot in for my achievement.
Yes, dear. So yeah, I agree with your point. It's fine. It's good. And how do your school is promoting the uniform services in not only in the NCC? I'm asking about your eighth grade. You joined NCC. Still that there is any other uniform services there in your school?
Yes, sir. There is. I am in army. Air wing. There is army wing in our school, and there is Cubs and Bulbuls, and there is Scouts and Guides. There is also road and safety. So there are a lot other uniform services other than army, and the school is also going to introduce naval forces in the upcoming years. So schools provide a lot of opportunities from the kids studying from LKG. He or she can participate in Scouts and Guides, Cubs and Wibbles. That will give you an experience prior to joining forces like Air Wing and Army Wing.
Yes, so yes, fine. It's about NCC, like only the parade you have learned it, or any other activities like since if you are airwing, have you learned about aircraft things or aero modeling, any other things you have learned it in being NCC airwing cadet?
Uh, we have an like aero modeling opportunity in our school. So the aero modeling in our school taught how to design planes. It taught a lot of parts about airplanes, which gave me a wide knowledge about aircrafts, which helped me in the camp to crack my interviews and stuff, because most of the interviews were based on aircrafts and stuff as I was in Air Wing. And it also gave me an opportunity, me and my co-cadets an opportunity to design aircrafts and also fly them.
Yes, a good Shreya. Nice to hear from you.
Thank you.
Fine. Which was the first camp you have attended, and do you think that you'll be going for the further camp?
So the first camp that I attended was a combined annual training camp. It took place in RVR College, Coimbatore. That was the first camp. Anyone who is in the Air Wing or Armed Forces from Coimbatore district, all the schools will come, and most of the schools in Coimbatore will come take part in combined annual training camp. And this is a camp that gives you basic knowledge about all the other camps that you're going to attend in future. So this camp was a wide experience for me in order to attend my future camps, that is the selection camps. So this was not a selection camp. This was just an experience camp in order to mingle with all the other cadets from our district.
Yes, and nice, Shreya. Good. And before you're going for the RTC selection, as you told, you had experience by having combined annual training camp. It's fine. And after completing camp, and how was your preparation for your intergroup competition? That is your district level competition, right? So
Yes.
for that, how was your preparation and what did you achieve from that camp? And whether you are recognized as the best cadet or what is your achievement?
So the IGC was the district level camp. The IGC camp had districts, other districts like it had Coimbatore, it had Trichy, Madurai, Pondicherry, and many other districts like this. These districts come together in order to compete, and from those districts, they select one cadet to represent Tamil Nadu. So my district level competitions, I was competing for best cadet events. My best cadet events included firing, it included extempore, it also included individual drills and also debate discussions, etc. So the main competition was firing, and as we already had firing indoor firing system in school itself, I got a lot of training for firing in my school, which helped me perform well in my IGC camps. Plus, there were also extempore and debate competitions. We also had group discussions, and we also had individual drill competitions. So based on all this, I gave my best in all this, and in district level, I won the gold representing Coimbatore, and Coimbatore group, the whole group won in midst of all Madras A, Madras B, Madurai, Trichy, Pondicherry. In midst of all of them, Coimbatore group won.
Yes, dear. Thank you so much. And it's fine. Nice to hear from you because the competition which you had it over there in your before district level competition, it's fine. And the next question, what I have it to you, it's like almost you have told me so many events you had it for becoming a best cadet and representing Tamil Nadu Pondicherry Directorate. And how was your feel when you selected as only one people we can get selected for this event? And how did you feel whether you can compete with other states and whether you can win the trophy? And did you have your confidence to do that?
So winning a gold in IGC gave me a lot of confidence in order to compete with other states, because I never thought I would win gold in midst of the other districts itself. And when I got intense training for going to the going and participating in the Delhi camp, that is RDC camp, I never imagined that I would even be representing Tamil Nadu. And it was really that moment which I felt very much blessed and proud, that after crossing all these hardships, finally there is something that I can relieve about, and by representing Tamil Nadu and Andaman Nicobar Directorate. So the best thing about the RDC camp was interaction with all the other state directorates. We get to know about their mindsets, about their goals and their feelings. There were many directorates like Punjab, Haryana, Kerala, etc. So there were many directorates like these. I was able to interact with each best cadet representing that state, and I got to know about their mindset and their goals to about joining NCC. And I also had intense training in order to represent Tamil Nadu, and the same events that took place in IGC also took place in RDC. So my competition there was just the competitions were same, but just the levels got increased.
Yes, thank you, Shreya. And yes, I can understand that how you got trained and how you were motivated for your upcoming camps after the IGC is over. And when and where did you go to the Delhi? And what do you mean by the RTC camp? And when did you reach and how many days you stayed there? And how was your competitions and the days like order in the competitions? What was the first competition and when did you complete? We just like to hear your experience in the Delhi here.
Yes, sir. So RDC camp was a 30-day camp, which means a 1 month camp. So we started from here on December 28th. So December 28th, we reached there in train, and the train journey itself was very hectic because Delhi was very cold. It was extremely cold, especially in January month. It's a terrible cold, and we reached there like in the morning by 4 or 5, and I still remember the days when the train was when they stopped the train and we had to wear our jackets and then get off the station, and we all assembled, and finally we reached the Kariappa ground, which was the Delhi NCC headquarters. We had almost all our competitions from there, starting from day 1 to day 15. So 15 days was our competition. The rest 15 days was evaluation of the competition plus other refreshing events actually.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. And how would you rate your performance in the competition? And did you think you would be getting the All India Best Cadet Award from the Honorable Prime Minister of India in the year of 2020?
No, sir, that I never thought that I would get this award. The first thing that gave me confidence was um, my my inner self wanted to give the best, and I think I did that. And the only thing that helped me there was my self motivation. The members around me and the ANOs and all the other officers around me kept motivating me, and plus there is always fear in everyone in whatever they do, but we always have to get self motivated. So I think that is what I did in Delhi too. On 25th on 24th of January, they announced that an ANO, a GCO from us from our camp came, and she informed that I am getting gold from the Prime Minister. I was sick on that day. I had my fever, and I didn't know how to express my feeling towards that, because my body condition was it dominated from this like this big thing, and then I just said, "Ma'am, okay," and I laid down. And then when my temperature got down, I recognized that I'm actually getting the award from the Prime Minister, and that is when I bursted up in happiness, and I never imagined I could do this until that moment.
Yes, yes. It's nice, nice to hear from you, Shreya Sajid.
Thank you.
And when did the Prime Minister give away the patent as well as the Best Cadet awarded to you? And how did you feel when you received the award from the Honorable Prime Minister of India? It's like all other students will be achieving from the games, all those things. And it's like you had almost 10 camps, as you discussed earlier, and you attended, and finally you decided to become an All India Best Cadet among the 17 directorates. And how was your feel? And when did the Prime Minister given the award to you?
So on 26th of January was the Rajpath events, where they do the drill I think in front of the defense minister, and they had the complete drill parade, all the from the state Delhi, like all the contingent drill was taking place in the Rajpath day, that is on 26th of January. On 28th of January was the award ceremony, where they gave away all the Best Cadet awards, including some cultural events. And that was the day where Prime Minister came, addressed the public, and on 28th of January, the Prime Minister gave me the award, and that was like we had to like the total I think 12 of them received this award, including senior division and junior division. So we were all standing in a line, and when they actually called us for the Best Cadet award ceremonies, we marched, and we were literally standing in front of the Prime Minister, which gave me goosebumps, because receiving an award from such a great personality is always a blessing. And when I got the award from him. For 1 minute, I could not feel the award because all that was running in my mind was about seeing the Prime Minister, and I was overwhelmed when I got an award. And this was the best moment of my life, I would say.
Yes, dear. It's nice, nice. It's great.
Thank you.
And you're told that your school teachers and your officers from the district level and state level, there was so many people worked behind the success, right?
Yes.
And there is a one question to me. It's like apart from your school teachers and all those things, and how did the army officers behave to you and gave the training and motivated you to achieve these things? Because 10 camps, almost 136 days, you have stayed along with army officers and women officers who stayed with you, and you finally were able to achieve these things, right? Then
Yes.
how was the training is given by the officers from the armed forces?
So there were many important people in order for me to achieve this. It's not just my efforts; it's also my ANOs in my school, my ANOs in my district level camps, my ANOs after my district level camps. All of them played a very important role in achieving this. So you itself played an important role for me to achieve this, and thank you for that, sir. And in district level, I had Rajesh Nair, sir. He was one of the most important person for me to achieve gold in my IGC camp. His motivation was stunning, according to me. He always used to pat on my back and say, "You could do, you could." He would always motivate me. So in my like before my IGC camp, I didn't even want a self motivation. Sir itself was an exact piece of motivation. And after IGC, there was another sir, group captain Dinesh Nair, sir. He was the pillar of my achievement because the only word that the only thing or the only statement that he would say is fake it till you make it, which means if we cannot do that, just fake that you actually are there. Especially I was pretty weak in firing during the uh, like our post district level camps, and sir was the only one who said like fake it, like think that you are the best firer in this whole camp and then just fire. And that day when I fired, my points were 120, and that is when I also called sir and informed that I don't know how I got 120, but then this is my firing point. And that was all because of the motivation given by Dinesh Nair, sir. So he played a very important role in training me and making me achieve this level, including all my camp seniors, SDs and SWs from college who actually took care of me, who were my mother and father in the camps. It was not like my parents weren't there. I had to stay away from my parents. It was a home away from home, actually.
Yes, it's fine. It's exactly correct what you stated. I have experienced the same. Fine. Now, apart from the competition, you told me like January 15 days you had a competitions. After the rest of the 15 days, last 5 days you had the prize felicitations, award ceremony. And what did you do? And what are where the exposures you had from the Delhi camp?
So apart, as I told already, 15 days, the first 15 days was the only days that were for the competitions and stuff. The rest of the 15 days were completely enjoyment. Apart from enjoyment, it was a wide range of exposure. For example, from the camps itself, exactly on 16th, I still remember the date. On Jan 16th, they took us to, it was an outing day. They took us to Qutub Minar. They took us to the Red Fort. They took us to a lot of significant places that are in Delhi, except for the one fact that they did not take us to Taj Mahal. But yeah, apart from that, they took us to all the other places, and they also took us to adventurous activities like rock climbing, and like the ropes will be kept and we have to go inside the muds and complete the levels. All these were adventurous activities that also provided a fun and a relief from our camps. And one of the main exposure that I got from the camp was I got an opportunity to visit the Navy Chief's house, Admiral Karan Veer Singh. His house was not at all a house; it was a mansion, or call it a palace. It was completely different, and it was a new experience for me in like an opportunity to visit a dignitary's house, and they also sent us with some goodies when we were leaving his place. Like, we got a calendar which I still have it hung in my home, and it says the date, like 16th January, with Karanveer sir's photo with all of us, like separate, like Tamil Nadu directorate would have taken a separate photo with sir. And it's not like just me, like every cadets there would get an opportunity to visit some dignitary's house, like the like a chat with the defense minister or stuff like that. But I got the opportunity to visit the naval chief's house, which I'm always grateful for.
Yes, dear. Fine. And you had a chance only to meet the chief of the naval staff or any other peoples like chief ministers and other army officers. He came to your place to meet and had inspired by them where you have to be with them, same like them, and the motivation is given in the future where you can join in the armed forces.
So when you ask this question, this thing popped in my mind that the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, he came, like, we had a flag area. So there's a competition called flag area where not all the cadets get the opportunity to do the flag area there. So flag area is nothing but the drill cadets from our directorate would completely like they will art a theme. Like, our theme was coastal reefs. So it's completely based on Tamil Nadu and Andaman and Nicobar's coastal reefs. So about that, with sand, colorful sand dust, they made a complete picture. So I got the chance in to explain that. So that is basically flag area. So in flag area competition, um, uh, like in Delhi, I was in RDC camp. I was chosen to give the demo in front of all the other flag area directorates. So I feel very proud. And in my left side, I had Punjab, and on my right side, I had Karnataka. Looking at their faces, I got terrified because they looked really serious with their art theme and stuff. But then I somehow made it by giving demo. And on 12th of January, Arvind Kejriwal visited the Karyappa ground, the NCC headquarters, and I got the opportunity. He asked me a question if Tamil Nadu has all coastal reefs cleaned up, and I had to answer that we would be doing it in the future generation. And I also highlighted Noel River, which is to be cleaned, which is in Coimbatore and which is going to be cleaned. And I also explain. I did not give a complete explanation about the flag area. I did not brief it. But then when Arvind Kejriwal asked me the questions, I had the opportunity to answer him, which was another great opportunity.
Yes, dear, great. I can understand your juice which you had it, even though it's 2 years happened. Now you were able to feel that
Yes.
juice which you had it in you with you. Right, fine. So how did the Tamil Nadu government felicitate you after reaching the Tamil Nadu to Chennai?
Uh, so we reached from Delhi. We reached back to Chennai on 30th January, and on I think on 1st February we had our felicitations for from the government, Tamil Nadu government, and it was told that the Chief Minister Edappadi Panichami would be coming there. But then, unfortunately, we had another person to meet. That was Mr. Sengotian, the Education Minister. So I received a cash award of rupees 10,000, and I also received an award from Sir's hands. And that was the way Tamil Nadu government actually felicitated me. And along with me, there were two other cadets who were from Tamil Nadu directorate. They also received the award on the same day. So it was, I think, I would say the third best opportunity that I got.
Yes, dear, that's fine. And final most questions. I have another two questions. Fine. What role has SSVM played to achieve and also school in molding the cadets in you?
So I think SSM has played one of the most important role in order to achieve this. I would say this because we had all the opportunities in order to achieve this in our
Shreya,
school.
you are not audible.
Systems.
start.
We had all the
Okay.
opportunities in our school itself to in order for me to achieve this, because I would say our school provided the maximum of the maximum that they can put for me to go to this level. So first thing I would say is the indoor rifle system. This indoor rifle system gave me a daily practice of at least half an hour on my firing, which actually improved me in firing in my RDC camp. So in my RDC camp, I got 116 points, which made me leading among all the other directorates, which I was able to make up because of my school's provisions. And second thing was the aero modeling knowledge that I received from my school. There is an there are facilities to learn aero modeling, to design aircraft. So I was able to learn the paths of of the complete design of an aircraft, which helped me answering most of the questions in my interviews too. And the last thing was my correspondent and my principal teachers, who really motivated me in setting benchmarks in such fields.
Yes, dear, fine. So it's not only that because of NCC, as you discussed, and from the small ages, like from kindergarten, you're studying here, and there is a, like you're singing and dance and your parade and the way discipline, and all those things will help you to achieve this, I think so, right?
Yes.
Yes, fine, dear. So how
So
important
I
were
have
your
one
parents?
question.
Yes, ma'am, please.
What all supports you provide to your students in extracurriculars? You can like say apart from the academics.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. It's like games. If we take each and every games, we have individual coaches for. We can give the individual attentions to the children, and we can focus on the training, and we can give the complete training to them so that they can achieve in their life, like whether the state level and district level, they can clear it and they can overcome with all the competitions. And like robotics and aero modeling, indoor air rifle shooting. So we have indoor swimming pool and all those area where the future developments. Like example, if we take aero modeling, the students who want to study in the aeronautical engineering or piloting, so they'll be getting the 50% of theoretical and practical for their futures from the school itself. So it will give a great platform to them to come to know about the aircraft, and it will motivate them to join in the armed forces also in the future, becoming a pilot. And like that, the athletics as well as other games and everything will be played in a vital role, ma'am. Than the NCC and these all the activities where we have in our school to motivate the students. At least every student will be taking part in the individual event. Like everybody cannot be in NCC, and the chance will be given to them and the other students to take part in the games and achieve the same what they're doing it in NCC.
Okay. Shreya,
Yes.
so my question is to Shreya. What all supports and facilities you get it from SSVM for this competition?
Ma'am, as I already said, I got a lot of facilities. Like I have my indoor. The firing is the main facility that has been provided in the school. And prior to that, not all schools have an NCC. Not all schools have NCC. So I think my school has provided that opportunities for not just me, but all the students to achieve in this field. So that is the first step that the school has taken, that is incorporate NCC. Second thing is the indoor firing club, and this indoor firing club, I had my EC events, that is extracurricular events, in my sixth, seventh, eighth grade, where I also opted firing. So I had a minimal firing practice there. So when I came to ninth, like this firing club, we had a lot of practices in this firing club, like every day in the morning and sometimes in the evening. So it boosted up my practice in firing events. And we also have also have a beautiful ground where we have our drill practices taking place all evening, where we would sweat. And then every all the tiring events take place in the ground as usual. And also the aircraft facilities, the aero modeling facilities, which actually helped me in answering cracking a lot of interviews step by step. So I think the school has all these three important things the school has provided me in order for me to achieve this.
Okay, okay, Shreya. So you can continue with your questions, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And Shreya, and you told about your schools are supported a lot, and your teachers are given the training from the small age, and your army officers are given the training to achieve your goal, and in NCC. And what was the parents' contribution for this achievement?
I would say it's a gift to get such parents because parents like these are very. I'm okay, not to brag, but then I'm just telling this because not all parents are okay with their children going in armed forces. I'm not talking about NCC, but then I'm talking about armed forces like civil service and not civil services like the armed forces. Like the parents do not let the children do that. But initially, to be frank, my parents did not allow me because there was a paper to be signed which states that risk of your cadet risk your cadet is under your risk, so which means that they are not responsible for for whatever happens to me. So that was a paper to be signed by my parents because camps are like an outer world, and we had to go for the camps like outside our school, and our parents, we have to be without our parents for like 100 to 130 days. So it's really hard for parents to accept such things. And when I kept getting selected for the camps initially, my parents were completely okay, and they started motivating me in order. They were, in fact, they were so excited when I got selected for each camp, and my mother and my father played equal roles in me achieving this. So as I said, it's not just me who has done this. It's my entire loving team that has helped me come up to this level. So my parents were literally the backbone of everything that I did in my life.
Yes, yes, Shreya. I can understand once again the jokes which you had it, as well as you gave the equal contribution as given to you to achieve this. It's fine. And what message do you have for your fellow cadets, like your co-cadets who was in with you in NCCR, who's going to join in the upcoming, and also friends and future generations, like not only the NCC, other girls also. It's as you said, so many parents, including my parents, when I asked permission for joining NCC, there's literally was doubtful whether I'll be able to achieve or whether I can stay over there, and how good I am going to balance the days for the studies as well as for the NCC extracurricular activity. And I promised them I can achieve something from that, and I have done it. As well as you gave, as a girl cadet, you gave the opportunity to your parents that all the girls can achieve so many things in their life. Even you proved it through the NCC in your age of 8th grade and 9th grade, you have done it. So, and my suggestion and questions also to you: what you are going to say, to message you want to give it to your fellow cadets as well as to your friends and the women, the nation.
Yes, sir. So, when you asked this question, the one thing that came in my mind was about my own sister. So, I have a sister who's studying in grade 10, and she is completely opposite to me. So, I think the first person who I should motivate in order to join these forces is my own blood. So, my own sibling is not against this, but then she has different interests. So, what I would say for my future generation or my fellow cadets is that their paths and interests may be different, but if you ever would want a new experience, or if you want to choose a new field which gives you more confidence apart from fear, to serve nation, to give something, it's like tit for tat. They have done something for you, we are going to do something for them. If we are living peacefully now in our country, the sole reasons for this are the soldiers who fought for us like back then. So I would say, at least for them, in order to give them a to be grateful in life, I would say to serve nation is the best thing that one can choose in order to also develop the inner qualities, like to explore. Like you may never know that some qualities are already hidden inside you, some qualities are already in you, but then it is not coming out. This can come out, or you yourself can know about yourself more by joining in armed forces and by serving nations. So this the starting stone, like the stepping stone for this, is in the school. If the school provides you NCC facilities, please do join that. I would not force anyone. It's based on everyone's interest. But if that is their interest, I would say make the best out of it. In whichever field you step in, that is the main motivation that anyone could get. In whichever field we step in, we should get the best out of it and come out with lot of memories. So I think NCC is one of the best thing that could happen to an individual, girl or a boy. That doesn't matter. You have to give your full potential, and I think that this is one of the boosts that I can give to all the cadets. And as my sir said, fake it till you make it. I think that will be the best thing that I could say and conclude this.
Yes, dear. Thank you,
So,
Shreya.
Thank you.
thank you, Chandrababu sir and
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Shreya, Miss
Thank
Mrs.
you.
Shreya, Miss Shreya for joining with us. So, Shreya, you have a surprise from us.
Okay.
Our alumnus, one of our alumni, Avantika Duraisamy, is selected as one of the fourth officer leading the Indian Navy contingent at the Republic Day Parade 2022
Oh.
in New Delhi. So she currently serves as the sub-lieutenant of Indian Navy. So let's have a look at her video.
लेफ्टिनेंट कमांडर आंचल शर्मा के नेतृत्व में लेफ्टिनेंट शुभम शर्मा, सब लेफ्टिनेंट सूर्यकांत और सब लेफ्टिनेंट अवंतिका दुरईस्वामी तथा 96 युवा नौसैनिकों के कर्तव्यनिष्ठ रक्षक यानी नौसेना का मार्चिंग दस्ता सलामी मंच के सामने से
Hello Shreya, hope you're doing well. The first thing that struck me about you when I saw your picture for the first time was your beret. It was perfectly well ironed, your turnout was impeccable, and you carry off your uniform with a great sense of pride. You look really smart, Shreya, so kudos on that. And hearty congratulations on having the utmost confidence to be able to share your experiences with your peers at a stage of this magnitude. It's not easy at your age and you're doing a great job. All the very best to you, Shreya, in your future endeavors, be it for your further NCC prospects, be it the youth exchange program, or your further career prospects. Whichever organization you lay your eyes upon, I'm sure you're going to be a great asset to them. Just 2 cents from my side, be it the RDC camp or your NCC experiences, these are very unique to you. So I would say, whoever you meet at these places, speak to as many people as you can, because every new person that you speak to, they're going to tell you something, they're going to teach you something that no book can ever tell you. So keep learning, keep sharing, have great times ahead. All the very best.
Thank you, Avantika. Thank you for this message to Ms. Shreya. So, Shreya, you are such an inspiration to the upcoming generation, and all the very best for your future.
Thank you.
Before winding up the session, thank you for watching episodes. So we'll come up with new intellectuals in our upcoming episode. Stay connected with us. So for those students and for those teachers and principals who are watching our program, you can also share details of those intellectuals in this program. For more details, you can connect through workshop@amrita.edu. So thank you all. Have a good day.